How many times will it take you to speak up in order to overcome public speaking anxiety, speak with more comfort, or speak with that ease? Now, in this video, I want to help us rethink practicing in order to beat public speaking anxiety or to be more comfortable as a speaker. And I just want to go back and give you a little backstory. So I made this big mistake. I had this one approach that I was doing with all of my clients when I first started as a speaking coach. And the approach and theory was make my clients so good, they won't be nervous, they won't forget, they won't blank out. So back in 2016, when I first started as a speaking coach, I would go to event spaces like the library, co-working spaces, and I would ask them, can I use a space for free and host a communication workshop? And then I would get butts in seats by basically posting these free events on Eventbrite, Meetup. And then at the beginning of 2016, some people signing up for it. And then I kept on doing it over and over. And so later on that year, I kept on like doing daily ones, weekly workshops, and more people came. And so the purpose of me telling you this is that over the span of, it's 2024 now, we've hosted more than 2,000 events. This is just on Eventbrite alone. And I just want to show you that I've seen and heard speaking challenges and goals that you might be facing. So especially when it comes to speaking anxiety. And you know, back then, what I was doing with clients when it came to make my clients so good that they don't get nervous, that they don't mess up. And let me show you. It was number one, get them to speak up as often as possible. I would say, hey, yeah, go to Toastmasters, join 3 Toastmasters group. Go join this group called BNI, Business Networking International. So basically, it's a networking group where every single week you have to stand up in front of like 30, 40 people and you have to give a 30 to 40 second pitch. I would tell people to go to story slams. They're kind of like open mics, but for storytelling. I would tell people to, hey, if you can't go outside, download an app called Clubhouse or go live on social media so you can just talk to the camera and do that over and over again. You know, I would tell people to come to my workshops. So back then also, we were hosting a panel series in Boston. And I said, hey, to get more speaking reps, do you want to be the moderator and host for the event? Because I just wanted to get my clients as many reps as possible. I would go out to speaking events with them. And in hopes, I'm going to tell you the truth. Again, the theory was make my clients so good that they won't get nervous. The truth was every single time I had a client and we finished the sessions, I would cross my fingers and hope they would tell me, Kit, I feel so much better as a speaker. I'm more confident, I'm more comfortable. And then in the back of my mind, I was crossing my fingers because I had no clue if it would work or if it would not work. Now, if you are someone that's watching this right now and you are trying to speak up as much as possible, I call that hope confidence, okay? Another thing is most people, and this is the theory back then as well, teach them all the speaking skills, everything to do with the hands, the voice, how to structure the message, the best way to structure the content and say this and that. And then we would practice it over and over again. Even with all the skills and the repetitions, people still came back and said, Kit, this speaking anxiety, it's still there. You see, the biggest flaw in this approach, the be so good approach, the biggest flaw is that we were aiming, or I was aiming, many of my clients coming as well, that we were aiming to be so good, we would get rid of any speaking flaws that we saw, right? Speaking flaws as in, it's not good to be nervous. We can't stumble. We can't blank out. It's voice trembling. We have to say something coherent every single time. So we were trying to eliminate all of these speaking flaws. And the thing was, it just kept on backfiring over and over and over again. The biggest flaw is many of the things that we are trying to reduce or eliminate, they are all human nature. I mean, ask yourself, let's say blanking out as an example. When you're having a normal conversation with a friend or family member and you forget what you're saying, are you saying to yourself, oh, I hope that one day when I'm having a conversation with my friend and family, I don't blank out and I don't forget. Why does that happen? I never want that to happen ever in real life in conversations again. Well, you know that's human nature. It just happens. What about eliminating nervousness? You know, a lot of people say to me, Kit, this nerves that I feel, I need to get rid of it. Is it disease? Is it doomsday? It's evil. If you're asking to get rid of nerves, that's kind of like asking for someone to help you get rid of hunger. You will be hungry. I will be hungry. People will be hungry. You will be nervous. I will be nervous. People will be nervous. So if your goal is to eliminate the emotion of nerves, I'm going to say until you die, no one's going to do that for you. Okay. So what do we have to do here? The most important thing that back then, that theory, be so good theory, what we were not working on was our attitude towards what was happening in our speaking situations. When you mess up, what's your attitude towards you messing up? When you get nervous, what's your attitude of yourself being and feeling nervous? When you blank out, what's your attitude towards that? You see, most people, they go into doomsday mode is because when these things happen, we beat ourselves up in that moment, and then 10 years later on, even though we look at the audience and say, oh yeah, they can blank out, and we're not beating them up afterwards, we beat ourselves up over and over and over and over again. Now, I'm not saying don't practice and don't learn more speaking skills. I'm talking to that part of you where there's a grip in saying, why am I beating myself up so much? Okay. And the other thing is, when it comes to the be so good method, you're actually not working on the causes of what's causing us to have speaking anxiety in the first place. We want to become so good that we never address what's causing the speaking anxiety in the first place. So this video, I hope, opened up your mind to help you rethink public speaking practice and the need to speak more and learn more speaking skills. Now, if you are someone that is looking to step up your speaking, or you want to overcome your speaking anxiety, come and visit us at bostonspeaks.com. We are here and our amazing coaches to help you get the support guidance that you need to level up your speaking.